was a kid with the other little kids. Now I'm ripping up shows and the fans going wild with us. Tell mommy I'm sorry, this life is a party.
Hey guys, this is Z.A.K here, and today I'm going to explain why I couldn't do my other camera right after that first camera test video. Well, yeah, I had my RC truck working, and I'm going to tell you guys, but I put a brushless system in here because I keep switching out brushless because of gears and stuff for the pinion and spur, because they always strip because they're wrong pitch. And my A-arm broke the first test. I was just driving inside, I hit my refrigerator on an angle. That angle just like flat against it like that, and somehow the rear A-arm just snapped in half. So I tried gluing it with tire glue, and it actually works very well. I used it for that one onboard camera video, and it worked until because it's cold where I am, it was like under 30 degrees, and yeah, and it broke outside, and now I'm screwed because the glue's covering up the cracks of where it went. So today I'm going to be repairing my animus. The first thing that broke was this, obviously. I also broke a shock cap. I just hot glued that back. It was not that broken, but I just broke it off. Then my bumper in the rear is broken here. So what I got today is a new bumper, because you have like two new bumpers, because my brother always brings body mounts. They always have to include bumpers with the body mounts. And yeah, that's the drive shaft that fell out of the A-arm area in here. And then I have some, because I wanted the stock ones at the hobby shop, but they only had RPM. They had like eight packages of these of different colors. Didn't even have the stock one, which I thought was pretty weird. RPM, front and rear, animus arms. And I don't have very much money, guys, because my Slash ZSC burnt out, and I was thinking I should get a new one, and it's starting to bug out now. It's not starting to work. But yeah, I don't have much money now. I purchased these $12 just for this. That's a lot of money. And all I really need was the rear arms. I wish I sold them separately, and I'd pay $6, but well, whatever. So let's get started. It's a really insanely easy process. Take out the shock nut, not the nut, the shock pivot point thing right here. Just like pop off the shock with like a pair of pliers, like this bottom part from the A-arm. Then unscrew that little metal thing that's held into the A-arm with a pair of pliers. That's what I do. And then unscrew the rear bumper, these two screws, and then it should come out. And then the A-arms should be able to slide out, just slide them back in. It's all good. And that's with the rear, the front. You have to remove the bumper, those two screws here. Then, yeah, it just slides out. Replace the bumper if you want. Then you can move the A-arms out. And the same thing with the rears with the shocks. Just take them off, unscrew with the pliers. I forgot to tell you guys, you have to take out a screw in this pivot point where the A-arm meets the capacitor block. You have to unscrew a long screw that goes through to get the whole A-arm off. Same thing with the front, but it's two screws. One here you can see, and then one there you can barely see. Then you should be able to take everything off. If you want to make it easier, take off the tires. A little side note for the rear: these little pins for the A-arms might come out, and there's actually spacers in there. I don't know if you can see that. That little washer right there, it's kind of off center. That thing, you can see it now. Yeah, make sure those things stay in there. Don't lose the washers. And the RPM arms, I think, would need the washer in there. And if you want to add another one, just to add some sort of to lose the slop in the A-arms. I heard people say that online. Works well, but I don't do that because I just don't think there's a need to do that. So yeah. The next step to put back together, it's basically the same, the front and the rear. Take your things, you hear the little shock elbow things, put them back in. I keep forgetting what they're called, and just screw them back in. Then take your drive shaft, put it inside there, then make sure it lines up with this piece, then screw it in, this long pin screw. In the front, it's the same thing, but you put a screw in through here and a screw to that side. And then you guys, now it is all finished. So let's take a little look how it looks inside the car. Here, you don't really tell the difference because a different colored arm. I just picked black because it matches my body color. Yeah, there they are. Pretty neat, aren't they? And the little comparison with the rears is that you can kind of tell what one's, oh, flipped it over, you can kind of tell what one's got a little less plastic on it. The RPM ones. It's just that the difference is this plastic is really brittle. I know Hobby King sells a copy version of this Animus on their website, and I know that most of the time they don't use very good plastic on like off-brand cars, and this is kind of a copy of it. So yeah, it's brittle crap, and mine broke right there down the middle, a big chip. Then the fronts, which never broke on me once, they're good arms. I mean, look at how thick that is. I mean, it's not even a scratch on her yet. But next to each other, the RPM one has a little less plastic, but this one has a little more reinforcement, which I think is good. It has a little more reinforcement between the two ends of the A-arm, this little bar in the middle, you know. And then this right here where the screw goes in has an extra bar with these. You just see the shaft of the where it slides in right there, and then the screw just goes in there. It's a little less support. Hopefully it'll get rid of some weight for the strength of the arm. So yeah guys, that was the Animus upgrade.